Hello, 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 my name is Sammy Sadicario, and welcome to Public Speaking Playful Practice. I am your host and voice expert, and I am so excited to see a whole room of fresh faces. None of you have ever been here before, which is rare in this class and incredibly exciting. Before we go anywhere, I'm just going to give you a little bit of an introduction as to who I am and why you're here, and why you should listen to me. So my name is Sammy Sadicario, as I sang to you at the beginning of this class, and I have been a performer since I'm 8 years old. At 8 years old, I put on my first show, and guess what? It was on a soccer field. So my soccer coach said to my parents, hey, get that kid in theater. And then theater I stayed for 20 years until COVID hit and I decided I wanted to do something a little bit more authentic than wear a wig every night and perform for 90-year-olds falling asleep in the front row. And I became, you guessed it, a coach. Like many Austinites. That's what drove me down here to Austin, Texas. And as I was on my coaching journey in nutrition and health and fitness and personal development, all those wonderful things that you do when you become obsessed with Tony Robbins and healing the generational trauma that your parents left you, I came to a pitch event. I went to a pitch event and watched all these really awesome startups suck at pitching their brand. And I went, holy moly, they need some improv. They need some theater help. They need a little bit more excitement in their life. And at the same time, the next day, one of my friends called me and said, Sammy, can you teach me how to sing? And I said, you know what? I think I can. And not only did I teach her how to sing, but I learned that we could take the same skills from my 20 years of musical theater and my 2 one-woman shows that I directed and wrote and produced and performed twice a week for a full year, and we put that into the business world. And now I work with startup founders and attorneys and marketing teams and executives all over the country and all over the world to empower them with presentation skills that captivate, connect, and win over their clients. And so that is why you are here today. Today, we're gonna get a little bit weird. Okay, just a little bit. Not too weird. For some of you, this might be, whoa, why did I come here? I hate this lady, this is ridiculous. But I promise you that my strength in life is getting people to like me. But don't be fooled, this is a form of manipulation. This is people pleasing, and people pleasing is manipulation because I must go through the world with every person I meet liking me. And liking this work, that is my mission here. So if you are a skeptic right now, you will be one of the many skeptics that I win over by the end of this class. Don't you worry, I've got your back. And I see even those of you who came in with that smirk, that frown at the beginning of this class, everyone has a soft smile right now. It's like 3 minutes in that everyone goes, okay, I get this. This is cool, this is funny, this is interesting, I might be down. But don't worry, you're not going to be sitting in your seat this entire time. Everyone is going to get up on the stage and get some stage time and get some feed forward, okay? Everyone is going to get time to grow. Everyone is going to get time to feel a little bit more empowered. Because my goal for you, by the end of this class, is to not only be bought into how important your voice is and how important your presentation skills are, but for you to leave here with something you can practice. With something you can have practical implementation for today. Okay? Thumbs up? Can I get a woo woo? One more. Can I get a woo woo? Awesome. You have now used your voice. Beautiful, beautiful. That is just the first step here. So I kind of skipped over this. And what I missed here is, okay, perfect. So, why are you here? What do you hope to get out of today? This is an opportunity for you to raise your hand and use your voice. Why are you here? What do you want to learn today?
Well, new to Austin, so just had to meet people, and also I did Toastmasters for a little, so just, I don't know, just to, continue learning and developing my voice.
Beautiful. Welcome to Austin. Welcome to the Mecca, that's what I call it. We will have many, many more people. Fortunately, our highways are growing with us, unlike most cities, so that's pretty cool. But for the next 3 years or so, I think we're gonna have traffic until everybody else comes. All right, so you're new to Austin. What do you do for working for monies?
So I just left the corporate world, and now I work at a gym.
So you're in sales.
Sales, yeah.
Awesome, you're in sales. Who else here is in sales? Awesome, what's your name?
Charlie,
Hi, Charlie. What do you sell?
I'm selling my app right now.
Okay, what's your app about?
My app's a user-to-user post-connection rating app. Think about it's an Amazon rating for people.
That's terrifying.
Why? It's designed to protect women when they first meet men. They'll know what women think of that man before they go out.
Okay, so that's a different thing. That's a different thing. That's a different problem entirely. My app is for women to have a, what is it, like a be able to look up men and see if they're safe or not. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So it's not for people like me, so people can look up and be like, okay, is she cool? Is she legit? She could be crazy by the end of this class? Maybe. I have no promises. Could be. Okay, cool. Awesome. What are you hoping to get out of today?
To be able to get people to be confident in when I speak, that they feel like I'm an authority on what I'm saying.
So you want other people to feel confident when you speak. You want other people to feel like you are the authority in what you say. Who else can relate to that? Is that, why else is anyone here? Perfect. Mastering authority, my specialty. That is what my class, my CLE is called. We're going to talk exactly about how to master authority through signals of your voice and your body language today. We have another friend in sales over there. What are you selling and what's your name?
My name is Nathan. I work in insurance, and so, yeah.
Nathan, and I work insurance. Awesome. What are you hoping to get out of today?
Well, communication is always a pretty important thing. I stop a lot and can't really process things very quickly sometimes, so I kind of have to plan things out before I actually talk. So, just getting better in improv too, I think is a wonderful thing.
Cool. Getting better at improv. Does anybody else have the same problem that when you're prepared, it's great, but when you have to improv or come up with something, you stop and pause and maybe freeze a little bit? Cool. We're going to be talking about what happens in your nervous system when that happens and how we can slow down to speed up in the end. Cool. Anybody else want to share why you're here? Yes.
Hey, my name's Bo. I'm here because I want people to pay attention when I'm telling them stories. 'Cause they sort of, I kind of lose them halfway through.
Awesome. Bo, is it? So you want people to pay attention when you tell stories. You lose them halfway through. First of all, thank you for standing up and taking up space. That is number one. Take up space, right? Take up space with your, oh, ladies in the back just went. It's so common. That's so common, right? Nice girl syndrome is, I'm just going to be quiet back here. And I'm going to do my thing because I was the nice daughter. I was the good one, not the bad one over there. She took up all the space and I'm over here. I get it. I was the same way, except I'm 5'10", so I do take up a lot of space. I do. And because of that, as I got older, in my teenage years, I was terrified of taking up space because here I am in my ballet class slapping people in the face and getting in trouble for it. Until one day, as an adult, as I left the theater industry and stepped into my full power in what I do, I decided, screw it, I'm taking up space. And we'll do a little bit of that as well, getting into your full body. Awesome, Bo. Just curious, are there certain situations when you're telling this story that you lose people? Or is it can you notice a pattern? That's what I'm looking for. Are you able to notice it's at this point that I lose people, or I start to trail off here and that's when I lose people?
Maybe when I slow down and I kind of, like right now, I'm struggling to find the right words to continue.
So it's in the words.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll do storytelling at the end and we'll figure out where it is that you are losing people. Now, we only have 2 hours together. There's only so much we can do together. The point of this is a taste, is to get a taste of this work and for you to go on into the world and go tell your friends about this. Because, my friends, this isn't just a business to me, this is a movement, teaching people about the power of their voice. So, as I said, what you'll learn today is you're going to understand why the voice is the number one leadership tool for emotional regulation, connection, charisma, and authenticity. You're also going to learn techniques to overcome the fears of public speaking. Many people don't realize, I'm scared right now, y'all. I'm terrified. What if I mess up? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I accidentally curse? What if I curse on purpose? What's gonna happen? Well, when fear takes over, I use my tools. We'll talk a bit more about that. We're going to empower all of your voices together to use the full range so that you stop losing people. And you can keep attention the entire time by having dynamics with your voice and with your body and with your energy and your excitement so that you keep them through dopamine hits, really. And finally, we're going to master storytelling principles. And for those of you who are in any kind of marketing as well, we use Pixar's story spine framework for this. Now here's the problem, my friends. Here is the problem that we see. You don't get paid for what you know. You get paid for what you communicate. You're in sales. It doesn't matter what you know. It matters what you communicate to the buyer. It matters not just what you communicate, but how you make them feel. You don't get paid for what you know. You get paid for how people experience what you communicate. And that experience is created by your tone, aka sound vibrations. 7% of it is through words, only 7%, and then the other 55% is in facial expressions. So Bo, when you say that it's probably your words, I would guess that that's not true. Because only 7% of communication is shown through words, 38% is through the tone, and 55% is in facial expressions. So today we're going to be talking mostly about facial expressions. What else does your voice say about you? Raise your hands, my friends. What else does your voice say about you? Yes, I will sing at you just a little bit.
If you believe what you're saying.
If you believe what you're saying. Your voice says what you believe what you're saying. So if you're lying to yourself, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Your voice also tells if you're lying to other people. Great. What else?
Your mental state.
Your mental state. Your voice tells people your mental state, your emotional state. What else? If you control the situation, what else? What else were you telling me at the beginning of this class?
I'm an immigrant.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Yes, beautiful. Your voice also tells us where you're from. Which is such a strong part of each of our identities, right? You can't really tell where I'm from because I spent so many years getting rid of my accent. That's just part of becoming a theater kid. But you can shift your voice to match the people around you. The attorneys that I work with, often I work with attorneys in Texas to make them sound more Texan, because Texan juries want to hear Texan attorneys. They will believe people who sound more like them. So while I work with English as second language students to sound more generalized American, I'm working with a lot of Americans who are attorneys to make them sound more Texan so that they win more cases and win people over. People want to hear from people who sound like them. That's why there's so much flack against Kamala Harris when she went around from place to place sounding different each time. Now, she's not the first politician to do that. She's absolutely not the first politician to do that. Why do they do that? Because when they can go to Georgia and sound like Georgians, they win over Georgians. When they can go to California and sound like Californians, they win over Californians. People want to listen to people who sound like them, who understand them, because you don't get paid for what you know, you get paid for how people experience you. What else does your voice say about you? Your confidence. Absolutely. No, you're scratching yours. Okay. Also, your personality traits and your education level. There's a statistics, I didn't put it in this slide deck and I don't quite remember what the number of it is, but that people with lower voices make more money. Mm-hmm. So the thesis that I have for you today is master your voice, master your life. Master your voice, master your life. We're not going to get into the woo-woo side of that too much today. Not in this one. You'll have to come to one of my sound healings or vocal empowerment activations for that. But when you master your voice, you master your life, because there is a quantum physics aspect of that. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, and the vibrations of your voice do have an effect on the listener. They do have an effect on the universe around you. And my opinion, my thesis of the world is that singing is the highest frequency of communication. So the more that we sing, the better communicators we are, the happier we are, and the better world that we will see. If you want more information on that, you can check out my YouTube channel, but I'm sure I'll be dropping more information on that as we go. So these are the key elements of empowered presentations, the reason that most of you are here. 1, use your full range, incorporating vocal dynamics. 2, own your breath, and we'll talk about your vagus nerve in just a moment. And 3, stick the landing. That's for you, Bo. Stick the landing. The reason why people aren't listening anymore is because they want you to be done. So leave them wanting more. So who here is afraid of public speaking? Okay, cool, we've got a lot of you. Hi, welcome, thank you for coming. It is an honor to be teaching you today. Once upon a time, and then we're almost done, and I swear I'm getting you all up on the stage in just a minute. Once upon a time, we all sat around a fireplace and sang together in harmony to sing about the wars of the day and the famine and the food and the praise, and also to connect with each other. I call this the Sweet Caroline effect. Sweet Caroline. Yeah. Seems so good.
He's so smart.
So good. What just happened?
Bonding.
Came in.
Bonding. Yeah, we all came in. It's called entrainment. Our brain waves begin to sync together on the same frequency when we sing together. How cool is that, right? So we are these primal creatures that are meant to be singing together. So what happens when we stand up in front of the tribe and have different thoughts? We get kicked out into the jungle and lions and come and eat us, right? So of course we're terrified of standing up in front of our peers and speaking out. It is wired into our nervous systems to connect, not push away. It is wired into our nervous systems to entrain, to sing together, to vocalize together, not speak out against our fellow tribe members. So that is my theory of why public speaking is so terrible for people, because we all do want to be accepted, because if we don't, well, we're out in the jungle. So how do we overcome